Well, I'm glad we could finally be doing this. How are you today?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to interview with you. I'm very excited for this opportunity.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Mickey, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So, I am a communications major at Utah Valley University with a minor in event planning. I have worked in a large variety of customer service jobs and positions where I've learned mentoring skills and leadership skills, and I've learned how to adapt quickly to new and oftentimes difficult situations. I am very self-motivated and I am a good student. I get very good grades, so.
Wow. Well, you sound like an excellent candidate.
Thank you.
Now, don't mind me, I just, I have these questions that I like to ask to see where you stand in terms of the candidate for us in this position.
Absolutely.
So we will go ahead and ask them, take your time, don't feel rushed at all. Just give us the most positive or most correct to you answer that you can.
Okay.
Okay? Just 1 second. All right, well, Mickey, tell me about a time you showed initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, what prompted you to get started, and what were the results?
Absolutely. That's an excellent question. A time that I showed initiative would probably be at my current job right now. I'm working at the library at Utah Valley University, and we have a weekly book display, and I knew that for 1 week they wanted to do a display on women in history, and so I decided, I asked them if I could. I searched all of amazing women in history, and I was able to find a bunch of different books on these wonderful women, and I was able to create a display, and we got a lot of really good reviews about it, and I was able to see some of the efforts of my work, and it was a really cool opportunity for me.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Great. Second question, what was the most useful criticism you've ever received from an immediate supervisor? Moreover, how did you embrace that feedback and achieve a positive outcome?
Absolutely. In one of my previous jobs, I worked at a family-owned restaurant, and one of my supervisors asked me to just increase my work, increase my speed in the job, and it was a very good critique for me, because obviously she could see that I had potential, but I was living under my potential, so I worked at it, and I was able, from that experience and from that criticism, I was able to progress and surpass what I was doing, and I was able to be promoted to do different things in that work environment as well. And it was a really, really good critique for me.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
What kind of food?
It was like burgers and fries and milkshakes, that stuff.
That's my style.
Yeah, I know, it's really good.
Getting hungry. Is your lunch yet? All right. Next question. What do you feel you have to offer above the average employee? And when it comes to accomplishing your daily responsibilities and goals, can you give me a specific example of that?
Yeah, absolutely. Above the average employee. So that's a good question. I feel like I'm pretty I'm really self-motivated, and so when I was hired on at the library, I took it upon myself to learn the system as quickly as I could, because I wanted to be able to jump right in and give the library what they deserve. So I learned the system. I tried to learn the system within a week, and I was actually able to really progress in that, and my supervisors saw my success in learning the system so quickly, and they gave me some great reviews telling me that I surpassed what they ever expected, and it was great.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Mickey.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Describe a time when you elevated the level of value you brought to a customer, and how did you accomplish that?
Yeah. That is a good question. I need a minute to think about it. It's a really good question.
Take your time, no problem.
Yeah, so elevating the value for a customer. Actually, I feel like this is a really good example of that. We have a variety of people who come into the library every single day, and there was a blind patron who came in, and I saw that he was in need of help, and I asked him what I could do to help him, and I actually was able then to walk him to his class across campus, and even though that wasn't necessarily the task I was tasked to, my supervisors praised me for taking the initiative to help this patron out and go above and beyond to help him get where he needed to be.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was really cool.
What a great experience. All right, next question, Mickey. Can you recall a time when you were less than pleased with your own performance? And then second part to that, what did you do about that?
Absolutely. So there was a time when a person came into my work who was feeling overheated, and during this process I found out that I really couldn't do anything to help this patron, and that was really stressful for me because I wanted to be able to help them. So I then, after this experience, because I wasn't able to help them at the time, I learned the things I could do to ensure that a patron, if they were uncomfortable with the temperature, that they could, find reprieve somewhere in the library where they wouldn't have to feel overheated. So I was able to find resources to help people in that way, and I've actually been able to help people since then not have that same problem.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Describe your level of competitiveness, Mickey. And then second part to that, can you give us a specific situation where your competitiveness helps you achieve better results than your peers?
Absolutely. So I actually don't know if I consider myself a competitive person. I'm definitely a very self-motivated person though, and I would consider myself almost competitive against myself. I want to be better than I was yesterday. So an example of this was in high school. I was on a competitive business team, and our team had never really done well, and I wanted to be successful. So my partner and I, we worked very, very hard, and we were able to win first in state in our event, and then compete internationally with our business plan. So I saw myself go from not being incredibly competitive against other people, but competitive for myself, wanting to improve myself in a way that would make me more successful, and it worked. I did really well. So.
Wow, where's that international competition at?
It was in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how'd you guys do?
We top 20 international.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow,
incredible.
what an experience.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, next question. Can you think of an example when one of your customers was not pleased with something you or your team did? And then to follow up with that, what was the exact situation? How did you recover from that?
Yeah. So I